Chapter 2. In this chapter we will learn about computer devices. Computer devices. The parts of computer are called computer devices, which let us communicate with the computer. There are several types of computer devices, but we can divide these devices into 4 categories such as: Number 1. Input devices. Number 2. Output devices. Number 3. Processing devices. Number 4. Storage devices. Input devices. Here we shall discuss the following input devices one by one. Number 1. Keyboard. Number 2. Mouse. Number 3. Joystick. Number 3. Scanner. Keyboard. Keyboard is very important source of operating the computer. We enter the data into the computer through keyboard. We enter the data into the computer. Keyboard works just like a typewriter, but it has some additional keys. The buttons on the keyboard are called keys. These keys are divided into 4 different groups as under: Number 1. Function keys. Number 2. Typewriter area or main keyboard. Number 3. Numeric keypad. Number 4. Cursor control keys. Function keys. There are 12 function keys on a keyboard. These are marked F1, F2, F3, F12. The letter F indicates that these keys are function keys. All of these keys have predefined meanings which depend on the application software. They are multipurpose keys. Typewriter area or main keyboard. The main keyboard keeps the alphabetic keys, numeric keys, symbol keys and some special command keys. Alphabetic keys. This part of the keyboard has 26 keys and English alphabets are marked on them in capital letters, that is, from A to Z. Numeric keys. There are 14 keys on the main keyboard. It is used to type numbers like 2, 28, 280, 6000 etc. Along with these digits, there are some symbols on the top of each digit. Symbol keys. There are 21 symbol keys on the main board. Some keys are separate and some are combined with numeric keys. When we simply press any numeric key, its corresponding character is written, but when we press a numeric key with the shift key, the symbol marked above the number is written. For example, if we press the 3 key, the monitor will show the digit 3. But when we press the 3 key with the shift key, the monitor will show the symbol. Special function keys. There are 11 special function keys, special purpose keys, on the typewriter area of a keyboard. These keys are used to give certain commands to the computer. Here are some special function keys. Shift keys. These are 2 keys on the keyboard. With the combination of shift key, we can write uppercase letters and symbols shown on the numeric and other keys. Enter key. It is very important key in the keyboard. The Enter key moves the cursor insertion point, to the beginning of the next line. After pressing this key, computer works according to our instructions and command. Control keys. These keys control various functions in combination with other types of keys. Backspace key. The backspace key is used to delete a character to the left side of the cursor. Caps lock key. When we want to type some text in capital letters, we press this key and then we type the text. Alternate Alt keys. Alternate key, Alt, is used with the combination of other keys to give different commands to the computer. Space bar. It is the largest key of a keyboard. It is used to insert space between two characters. Escape key. The escape key, ESC, is used in different ways by different programs. It is used to cancel the commands which are given to the computer but are not confirmed. Numeric keypad. A numeric keypad has 17 keys. It is located at the far right side of the keyboard. It is easier for the operator to do finger work using the numeric keypad. These keys are used for quick calculation. A key label num lock, numeric lock, acts as on-off switch. If we off it, we can use the same set of keys to control the cursor. Cursor control keys. Cursor movement keys are used to move the cursor around the screen in up, down, left and right directions. They are located between the main keyboard and numeric pad. Page up key. Under most edit programs, this key will move the cursor upwards several lines at a time. Page down key. Page down key quickly moves downwards, several lines at a time through our documents. Home key. In many programs, Home key moves the cursor to the top of the screen or top of the document, while other programs move the cursor to the start of the current line. End key. The function of end key also differs, depending on the program we are using. When we press the end key, some programs move the cursor to the end of the document while others move the cursor to the end of the current line. Insert key. Insert key squeezes in letters that were left out. Press it once to turn on, type the mission letter, S, then press it again to turn off. Delete key. This key erases the letters at the cursor. What is cursor? Cursor is an insertion point where the next character will be typed. It is the blinking indicator on the screen. Mouse. A mouse is an input device, which looks a little bit like a mouse. We use a mouse to move the mouse pointer on the monitor's screen. We also use a mouse to give certain commands to the computer. The mouse has a ball on its underside. When we move the mouse over a smooth surface, that ball rolls and the mouse pointer moves on the monitor's screen in the same direction. Mouse pad. Mouse pad is a simple rubber pad that provides a uniform surface for the mouse to roll on. Mouse pad add a bit of grip that makes the mouse easier to point. Joystick. Joystick is a handheld input device. It is usually used to play computer games. In many computer games, the user or player has to make quick responses. It is just like a vertical handle which is gripped by hand. The movement of the object is controlled by this handle. A push button is placed on the top of the handle and other push button is placed at the base of the handle. The buttons are called triggers and usually used for firing or hitting. These buttons and handles send commands to the computer. Scanner is an input device. It scans, reads text, images and pictures, then transfer them into the computer's memory. Through a scanner, we can enter any type of data printed on the paper into the computer. There are 4 different types of scanners. Number 1. Handheld scanner. Number 2. Flatbed scanner. Number 3. Sheet fed page scanner. Number 4. Drum scanner. Light pen. Light pen is also a pointing input device that can be used to choose a displayed menu option on screen for a particular program. The pen consists of a photocell placed in a small tube. A light pen is approximately 6.5 inches long and 0.5 inches in diameter. It has a switch and a card that is connected to the computer. It is used to educate the children or for engineering and designing purposes. There are many other input devices which are also used to give input to the computer, for example, digital camera. It is an input device. It is used to give live pictures or movies to the computer. I/O card. This is also an input device. Mouse and joystick may be attached to this card. Mic. It is a voice input device. It is used to give different type of voice to the computer. Modem. This is both an input and output device. It receives the data from the other computer and transfers it into the computer in which it is placed. Trackball. It is an input device and alternative of mouse. Touch screen. Touch screen monitor is an input device. It is sensitive to pressure and motion. On the monitor screen we can give commands to the computer by touching the icons. Output devices. These devices are used to display processed information, output. There are 4 main output devices. Number 1. Monitors. Number 2. Printers. Number 3. Speakers. Monitor. The monitor is an output device which looks like a TV screen. It shows us the output after processing on the input. When the data is entered into the computer, it appears on the monitor's screen. Furthermore, after processing, the data also appears on the screen. Types of monitor. We can differentiate monitors in two ways. Number 1. According to the colors. Number 2. According to the screen types. According to the colors. According to the colors, there are two types of monitors. Number 1. Monochrome monitors. Number 2. Color monitor. Monochrome monitor. Monochrome monitor is just like a black and white television. It is a single color monitor. Pictures cannot be so clearly seen on a monochrome monitor. Color monitor. Color monitor may display different variety of colors. There are 4 types of color monitors. A. CGA. Color graphic adapter, 4 colors. B. EGA. Enhanced graphic adapter, 16 colors. C. VGA. Video graphic adapter, 16-256 colors. D. SVGA. Super VGA, 256 and more colors. According to the screens. According to the screens, there are 2 types of monitors. A. Monitors with CRT screens. B. Monitors with LCD screens. Monitors with CRT screens. CRT stands for cathode ray tube. These types of monitors have a screen same as a TV screen. These screens have a convex surface. Mostly the monitors come with these types of screens. Monitors with LCD screen. Now monitors having LCD screens are becoming more popular all over the world. LCD stands for liquid crystal display. These types of monitors have a screen same as a calculator's or a digital watch screen. These screens have a flat surface. Laptop computers come with these types of screens. A special liquid is placed between plates. The top plate is clear and bottom is reflective. Printers. It is commonly used as output device. We may print whatever we see on screen. We may print our documents like letters, invoices, newsletters, reports, packing lists, and much more. The printout that we get from printer is called hard copy. Some printers produce only black and white images and others may also produce color images. Printers are of many types, some of them are as follow. A. Dot matrix printer. B. Inkjet printer. C. Laser printer. Dot matrix printer. Dot matrix printers can produce only text but not graphics. Dot matrix printers produce black and white printouts. These printers use ribbon for ink. The printing cost is much lower in a dot matrix printer. Inkjet printer. These printers produce better output than dot matrix printers. These printers can print color text and graphics also. An inkjet printer is also speedy and cheaper than a dot matrix printer. Laser printer. Laser printer uses laser beam to create an image which is transferred on a page to 36 pages per minute, ppm. Buffer. A computer sends data much faster than a printer prints. Therefore, there is a memory chip in the printer called buffer. It stores the data till it is printed. It also helps the printer to increase its speed. Speaker. A speaker is an output device for producing sound and music when it is connected to the computer's sound system. C. Processing device. The processing device is a microprocessor which controls and processes all the activities of a computer. Mainly it transforms input into output. All the decisions which a computer takes actually are taken by the microprocessor. It also defines the model of the computer such as 386, 486, 586, Pentium I, Pentium II, Pentium II, Pentium IV and etc. Storage device. Storage devices are used to store information in a computer. The size of storage devices is measured by bytes, kilobytes, megabytes and gigabytes etc. There are two main types of computer devices. Number 1. Primary storage device. Number 2. Secondary storage device. Primary storage device. Primary storage devices are mounted on the same board where the microprocessor is placed. These are divided in two types, such as RAM and ROM. RAM. RAM is also called memory or primary storage area. It stores the data and programs temporarily. When computer is on, RAM keeps the data and programs in it, but when we shut down the computer, all the data and programs clear automatically from it. RAM comes in the form of memory chips. These chips are located on the computer's motherboard. We can add or remove memory chips from the motherboard very easily. ROM. ROM stands for read-only memory. As the name implies, we can just read the information present in it, and cannot change it. It has a permanent nature. The data stored in ROM remains in it even when we turn off the computer or power fails. As we cannot change the previous information stored in ROM, so at the time of manufacturing, vital information is saved in ROM by the manufacturer. ROM is also available in the shape of chips, which is mounted on the main board. Secondary storage devices. Primary memory, RAM, loses all the data and instructions when electricity fails or we shut off the computer. Therefore, the computer needs secondary storage devices which store the data and programs permanently. There are three main data storage devices which store the data on the permanent basis. Number 1. Floppy disk. Number 2. CD-ROM. Number 3. Hard drive. Floppy disk. Floppy disk is a secondary storage device. It is an optional device for a computer. Floppy disks usually come in two sizes. Number 1, 3.5 inches. Number 2, 5.25 inches. A floppy disk's capacity is measured in bytes. The more bytes capacity a disk has, the more data it can store. Hard drive. A hard drive usually consists of several circular disks called platters on which data, instructions and informations are stored magnetically. These drives are enclosed in an airtight sealed case. Hard drive is developed by IBM, first entered the computer world in 1973. It is also called the fixed disk drive. If a hard drive has only one partition, the hard drive usually is called or designated drive C in operating system. The speed of platters in the hard drive spin is measured by revolution per minute, RPM. The higher the RPM, the faster the hard drive can find and record data on the platters. CD-ROM. CD-ROM stands for Compact Disc Read-Only Memory. It is the most popular storage for personal computers. It is also an optional device for a computer. A CD-ROM's capacity is also measured in bytes. Its capacity is more than the capacity of 400 floppy disks of 3.5 inches. Mobile memory disk. Mobile memory disk is a portable and pocketable USB storage device. It allows us to share data between any laptop PC, notebook to the desktop computer through USB port. USB stands for Universal Serial Bus Port. We may store all of our mass text files, presentations or multimedia files in this hand plug-and-play mobile disk. It ranges for 16 megabytes to 8 gigabytes of capacity. There are many other storage devices which are also used in computer. Two of them are as under. Tape drive. Similar to a tape recorder, a tape drive is used to read and write data and information onto a tape cartridge. Zip drive. A zip drive is also used to store data and information onto a disk just like a floppy disk. But it can store a larger amount of data than that a floppy disk has.